冒険者の生活はどうやら性に合っているようだ。
道に迷わない能力ってテンポの才って言えるかな。
慣れないとは地元のガイドは雇った方がいいぞ。世の中にこんな場所があったなんて。
じゃあ西に行けば絶対にあったりしないよな。
声が大きいと超に影響。
Hey, what's up, Ali? How's it going, man?
道に迷わない能力ってテンポの才って言えるかな。
慣れない土地では地元のガイドは雇った方がいいぞ。
じゃあ西に行けば絶対にあったりしないよな。僕は東に行くからついてくるなよ。
Stream froze for a bit there. Wonder what that was about. Eating something right now, so I'll just Thill. I'm assuming that's chill in the background for a moment. Yeah, sure, no problem, man. I've been really lazy lately. I haven't done a single event in the last, I don't know, maybe 1 month-ish. Like when it comes out. I've done events in the last like about a month or so. Sort of like on the last few days before they expire. Hey, what's up, Spartan? How you doing, man? Never thought I'd see the day where I go broke at AR60. How did you go broke at AR60? Broke like Mora broke, or like what broke? Nice. It's kind of hard to do at AR60. Malani, Mavuika, and Citlali, and New Valley this week. Wait, what? Nebula was like more than a week ago already. If you got him recently. And Malani was like I don't know, months ago already. Oh, come on. I had him since his original run. I just left him at 80 till this week. Oh, really? Oh, Starfish. Oh, you mean I think they're called Limitoil? Limitoil? I don't know. I imagine that's the wrong pronunciation. Limitoil, probably, but yeah. They're not so bad. They're not so bad. The ones underwater, though, kind of annoying. Because not only do you have to move horizontally, like on X, Y axis, but you also have to be moving it on the Z axis as well. So like you're covering way more distance. Not to mention the ones underground are like they're like 2 or 3 in a spot. You get so much damage from him though by just leveling him up because he's an HP scaler. I gotta say, I do hate farming any overworld materials, especially monster drops. Monster drops that are like from monsters that are from monsters that are like really like that have really high populations. You know, like hilichurls or like hilichurl archers or slimes, mushrooms in Natlan, that would be either the Saurians or like the Saurian, like the people. I guess they're tribes people, whatever they are. In Natlan, those would be like all the underwater stuff, jellyfish, crab, and all that stuff. Squid, yeah. It's just really annoying. It's just really annoying because they know that there are so many of those enemy types that, of course, their drop rates would be lower than enemy types that have a much lower population. You know, stuff like lava churls or kairagi or nabushi. And I got hit. That was it. Oh, come on. I only got Milani because my finger slipped. I was too hyped. And I wasn't too hyped leveling her till I learned she can Mavuika vape. It's kinda, but it's a little awkward with Mavuika. It's a little awkward. How much attack and EM should be ideal on Mavuika? I honestly don't know. Like there are too many things about her that throw me off. You know, compared to your typical attack scaler. Because like for example, she has a sorry, not a passive, but she has a constellation that gives base attack, and that really throws off. Oh, that was a mistake. It really throws off people's guesstimations. You know, people who can't do Genshin math, but have a lot of experience playing the game. Like you know, me. I can't do math. So I can't really actually estimate. It's more like a guesstimate, just, you know, going by feel. I can't really give a proper guesstimation about how much attack she would have. Most attack scalers, somewhere around 2,000 to 2,200. But since Mavuika, it's Mavuika, from what I remember, she has a pretty high base attack. I think it might be the highest in the game at this point. I think because of that, maybe somewhere around 2,000 is not a bad starting point. But going up to like 22 or 2,300 would be like a point where you don't really worry about it anymore. But now I only have 131k more. It's alright, man. Don't worry about it. You're AR60 now. You're AR60 now. Your Mora should is gonna keep going up and up from here. Hi, what's up, Emoreg? How you doing, man? Oh, come on. What? Come on, put the slime down. Hey, thank you. Didn't know Mulan was in the Genshin Mulan. Like I heard some people say 2,000k. Oh god. 2,000k. That is quite a lot of attack there. 2,000k attack and 150 EM. But I don't trust it. I tried so hard to get 2,000 attack, but I can't. I can? But I can get it as F2P? You mean you can't? I don't know. I'm confused. What? Oh, I forgot one. yeah, just having some fun, man. 142 pulls, still no Citlali, now we got 142 pulls. How do you go 142 pulls without getting even a single 5-star, man? Did you do like 70 pulls on one banner, didn't get the 5-star, and then like you quit, you moved to the other banner? Tainari. Ooh, man. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Bipo. But hey, your next 5-star is now guaranteed. So now it's time for you to decide. Are you really going for are you really going for either Citlali or Mavuika? Or are you or should you save that guaranteed for Arlecchino, or for someone on the Chronicled Wish banner, someone or something on the Chronicled Wish banner, right? Yeah, exactly what the stream title's about, actually. I'm gonna leave this here because I gotta do the event on my other accounts. I've played more than this week than the last 3 months prior. Really? I mean, that means that stuff is really good in Genshin right now, Spartan, or you just have a lot more free time than the last 3 months. Although I do recall you being quite busy in the last 3-ish months. So maybe that's it. Got to tell you. Tell me what? At Mavuika's weapon and 22 pulls. Hey, congrats, man. Congrats. Hey, what's up, Unrevealed? Good to see you, man. How you doing? Lost at 82. Man, that sucks. I hate losing pity at 82. Like, I don't mind losing... Or sorry, not losing pity at 82. Losing 50-50. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it. I'm still kind of tired from yesterday. I just got home last night, like really late last night, from visiting my grandma the other day. And it was a really long trip. And not to mention, man, what an adventure we just had again. Me, my wife, and my kid. We very often, when we travel, not every time, but when we travel somewhere far away, we often get ourselves into adventures like the one we got into yesterday. I hate losing 50-50 at high pity. Yeah, I wouldn't mind losing 50-50 at like 40 wishes maybe. And then having to go all the way to like 60 pity to get my guaranteed. I don't mind that. But losing 50-50 at 80 pity and then having to go all the way to 80 pity again just to get the guaranteed. Oh, that's not gonna reach. Do you have Arlecchino? Are you asking me, Unrevealed? I think I should go for Citlali. I imagine you're asking Bipole. Does the pity also carry to the next Chronicled Wish banner? I don't think so. I'm just guessing, but I don't think it would work that way. Been really enjoying Mavuika. She makes exploration fun again. I have yet to do any exploration with Mavuika. I still haven't even done the 5.2 region yet. I've done it. I've almost completed it on my first account, with just one region remaining. But I haven't even gotten started on any of my other accounts. Anyway, so Percy, I guess you're asking me about the adventure thing that I was talking about, right? So, okay. Y'all know that I'm too poor to have a car, right? In fact, I'm too poor to even dream of buying my own house and land one day. But oh, that's gonna hit me. Oh no, apparently I dodged it. Oops. So my grandma, my dad's mom, lives in a city about, ooh, how long is it? Like about 3 hours from where I am. It's a 3-hour bus ride from where I am, from my city. And okay, how do I explain this? Because bus ride between different countries is like a very different experience. So over here, obviously you go to the terminal, right? Or you either go to the terminal itself if your city has a terminal, or you just go to the bus stop that you know where the bus stops at in your city. Okay, in my case, there is a big terminal in my city, and okay, I go there. It's fine. And because my city is so small that as long as you're anywhere in within city limits, it's not. We don't have taxis here, right? We don't have taxis here in my city. We have tricycles, and those tricycles are essentially taxis without a meter, and they're just guidelines on like how much the fare is from point A to point B, depending on where you're starting from. And so we went there, right? And the trip on the way there was perfectly fine. The trip back home was the issue, because we were originally planning to go to my dad's mom for that one day, and then in the afternoon after lunch, we would head over to my mom's mom, which is about another 3-hour bus ride from where my grandma is, where my dad's mom is. In fact, my mom's mom is actually closer to my city than my dad's mom. Okay, so we were having a little get together before we were all having a little get together at like a pool resort. So we would go from that pool resort to the bus terminal, and the bus terminal wasn't too far off from the pool resort that we went to. So we just thought, okay, like we'll just take we'll just get on a jeepney, because that city has jeepneys. We'll just take a jeepney from there to the bus terminal. No, problem is we're too socially awkward to ask a jeepney whether it would go inside the terminal or not, and we just got on the first one that we knew would go that distance, and we didn't know that it would it wouldn't go in the terminal. And the terminal is not too far off from the main highway, but it was I would say like 20 meters. And the problem on that day was it was raining so hard. Like yesterday, it was raining so hard in that city, and we weren't. And first of all, again, we were not sure. We did not know if that jeepney we were on was even gonna go into the terminal. So me and my wife kept looking out the window, just to be sure that we weren't going too far, right? That we weren't gonna pass the terminal too far. At least, like, even if it didn't go into the terminal, we would still at least be able to stop over and just get off slightly outside of the entrance into the terminal, the bus terminal, and then we could just walk there. But the problem was, so we didn't have umbrellas. It was raining really hard. And we also, because it was raining really hard, we couldn't see very clearly outside the windows. So I noticed that we were getting really close to the city limits, because the bus terminal was just outside the city limits. So I noticed, I'm pretty sure we've gone past the terminal already. And in fact, we didn't actually go too far past the terminal. It was only, I would say, like 200 meters, but 200 meters in like really, really heavy rain, and it was really windy as well, with a wife and a kid and quite some baggage. Not a lot of baggage, but I had 2 bags with me, and my wife had a big bag with her as well. Man, it was nuts. And thankfully, we just so happened to stop to ask the driver, the jeepney, to stop at a gas station. And nice thing about gas stations is like it's like a really big open space with a giant roof over it. So thankfully, we were able to take some shelter over there until we could find a tricycle, because my grandma's city also has tricycles, albeit not as common. Not as common over there as it is in my city. Eventually, we got one, and we were finally able to get the guy to take us to the terminal. And now another another problem with that was the driver did not know where tricycles were allowed to and not allowed to drop off passengers in that terminal, because people going to that terminal by tricycle wasn't very common. And because he was just scared to get fined or to get a ticket for dropping off passengers in the wrong place, so he just dropped us off at like a big tent, like off to the side of the entrance of the terminal. And just so happens that that big tent was really old, it was leaking, and it just so happened to be facing towards where the wind was coming from. So and okay, get this, that terminal also had really low maintenance. Like from the local government, that terminal has looked exactly the same from like when I was a kid, like from my first few times ever going to my mom's city. So nothing has changed. The ground is still completely just dirt, right? Like not even dirt, like soil dirt, but like I don't even know what kind of dirt it is. It's like white and rocky, and that I'm just guessing, but I think those kinds of rocks, like if you rub them against like concrete or stone, I think they would just act like chalk. I think I'm just guessing, but yeah, that kind of dirt. So like the mud was like coffee, like coffee with a lot of cream in it. And it was really muddy, and the wind was like being blown right at us because like the tent was leaking, and like the ground we were standing on was basically flooded. But we couldn't cross over into the main terminal because there was no like covered walkway between the tent and the main terminal. So we had to wait there for like about 20 or 30 minutes until the rain died down a bit, and then we could finally just make a run for it. We just made, and after like 20 or 30 minutes, we finally made a run for it into the main terminal, and we were okay. By the time we got there, we were fine, and eventually we got on the bus, and then everything was fine. And it was crazy. We waited at that gas station, just all like not necessarily soaking, but quite wet, quite wet. And yeah, quite. We stayed at that gas station for like half an hour, maybe, probably 40 minutes. Because like I said, in that city, tricycles were not very common. They weren't common, and they didn't exist in most parts of the city, only mostly in the outskirts of the city. And just so happened to that gas station we were taking shelter at just so happened to be in the outskirts, so there were a couple of tricycles, and I felt so. Oh man, okay. Here's a wholesome part of that story. Wholesome part of that story was this lady. I think she was the cashier at that gas station. She. How do I explain this? Like, she was so nice that she noticed that we were just standing like on the side of the tiny sidewalk, like with a little overhang from like the gas station, like their office. and we were just standing there taking shelter from the rain. And she noticed we've been standing there for like half an hour at that point, that she offered us a chair, like because there was like a plastic monoblock chair in their office. And there was also only one, so it's like she offered it to us, and like we didn't even buy anything from that gas station. We didn't do anything there. We just got off a jeepney, and then we just took shelter there. And yeah, and man, that was like, it was so wholesome. It was so wholesome. And so, and I kind of thought, I kind of thought, okay, I'm fine standing up, because like I need to stand up, because I need to, like, if I see a tricycle, I need to be able to like call out to it really quickly. And my wife is the same too, so she didn't want to sit. But our son was really tired, because right before all of this, he, like, because we did go to like a pool resort, my son went swimming, and you know how kids are, right? Like they use up a ton of energy just splashing around in the water, swimming around. So our son was, I imagine, like pretty tired just from that. So he was just like not sitting, but like squatting right next to us. So I decided, okay, I told my son to sit, just so we wouldn't waste the hospitality that was offered to us. And my son often forgets stuff like thanking people, right? Like he's really gracious, like he never forgets to thank me and my wife, but because he's a little shy towards other people, he often like almost always forgets to thank people or say you're welcome or whatever. So I told him, because at any moment we could just suddenly leave, right? Like, if there was suddenly a tricycle that we could get on, like I had to, like, I didn't want to inconvenience that lady that was so gracious to us, that by just leaving the chair out there, and like her having to drag it out for us, and then like her having to drag it in because we just leave it outside. So I told my son, I said, hey, when I tell you, put the chair back in there, in front of that desk, and then say thank that lady. And then I told him which lady. And yeah, my son, it was so funny too, because when we finally needed to go, like the lady was just so happened to be walking away from him, like towards like some kind of closet in their office. And like, because our son is like a little awkward, a little shy, he didn't want to call out to her, so instead he just chased after her until like he tapped on her shoulder and said thanks. Yeah, it was honestly, it was wholesome. It was annoying, like stuff like that quite often happens to us, like when we go travel outside the city, or like when we travel somewhere far away. But it's, and like some parts of it are bad, like, you know, like us getting wet in the rain, and us like going a bit past the terminal, like the trip not going as smoothly as we imagined it to be. But stuff like wholesome stuff like that also happens to us, like during those times. And yeah, it's awesome. It's nice. It's really nice. Monsoon feels like regular Monday in a sea country. Yeah, that's true. You know, like even in summer, like you can experience like rains like that even during summer. It's crazy. So tired right now. 1 a.m. 1 a.m. What are you doing still up at 1 a.m., Manoko? Yeah, either way, good to see you, man. How you doing? Some memory there? Playing playing when it rains. Oh, man. Yeah. I used to do that too when I was a kid. Also, I did that again when I did that again after college. Me and my wife... My wife was like, I think almost 20 years old at that point, and I was 19. And we were like, there was this one time where it just rained so hard that because the apartment complex of the apartment compound that we were, the complex that the apartment we lived in it wasn't like there was no roof, it was open. So we just played out in the rain. It sounded like we probably looked really just stupid, like idiots. And in fact, the security guard was like, looking at us, and we noticed he was just smiling. We were literally playing like we were 9 or 6 even. Always happens on the hottest days. Humidity is high here. Oh yeah, tell that to my city. Man, 100% humidity. Humidity. What does that look like? And I do not wonder. I was about to say I wonder, but I actually do not wonder how that would feel like. I would rather never ever experience that. Like I would be happy to like live out my whole life without ever experiencing that. Math exams tomorrow. It's 1 a.m. Are you so is it still tomorrow or like do you mean today? Later today. Today. Brain cell. Brain can't work. Don't you think it might be time for you to go to bed, man? If you have exams, like if you're, as long as you're done, like getting ready for it, I think it might be time to turn in, get some rest. Oops, not that one. Wet trousers because your ceiling's raining, but there's no rain. It's just condensation, right? Condensation happening everywhere because the humidity is so high. Been working since 3 p.m. My teacher needs me to write an essay by tomorrow. My schedule. Math study, history homework, biology homework, literature homework. Religion, I go to a Catholic school. Oh, okay. Search China, 100% humidity. Yeah, you said, you mentioned that before. So what's the difference between humidity and relative humidity? Each piece an hour? It sounds like your typical workday, Onoko. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, man. It sounds like another day at the office, you know? Oh, come on. I cannot estimate this correctly for the life of me. Yeah, condensation. Oh, here's something similar that happened to me. When was it? I think it was last week. So about 5 days ago. Yeah, somewhere around 5 days ago. So my phone screen started to get some condensation on it. So I just so my because it was nighttime, like the AC was on because like it was time for bed. But I wasn't going to sleep yet. But my phone, I just left my phone on my table, and the AC just so happened to be pointed down at that time, and it wasn't directly pointed at my phone, but my phone was close enough to experience the cold air coming out of the AC directly for about an hour maybe. And I went downstairs. And I didn't even use my phone. I just had my phone in my hand, and I noticed. I was confused. I was like, why is my phone screen wet? when I finally needed to use it. And then I realized, oh, it's condensation. What the heck? Condensation? I'm not even like it was nighttime. It was nighttime. I was downstairs, just room temperature. Well, I imagine it wasn't room temperature, probably because, you know, it's the Philippines and room temperature isn't actually room temperature. It's, well, Philippine room temperature. There you go. What am I doing still up? What's wrong with me? I'm too tired. I'm falling asleep on my work. Wait, you're not done? Good night. Have a good day or good day, chat. What? Have a good day, chat. All right. Hey. Thanks for stopping by to hang out with us for a bit, Onoko. Good luck on your exams, man. Good luck on your exams. I'm gonna go. Some work needs to be addressed fast. Ooh, okay. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Mr. Sunblack. Take care, man. Take care. All right. I think there are a couple of people lurking. Uh, anyway, for those of you staying and lurking, I'm gonna go AFK for a bit. I just gotta go pick my son up from school. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Be right back. What's up, guys? We're back. Hi, what's up, Miko? I don't actually know how many minutes ago your message was, but hey, hi.
私はじ
RJ, why are you so silent today? Because I don't have anything to say. I mean, what would I even talk about? Kind of weird, I think, if I just talked and like nothing was going on. And when I say nothing was going on, I mean like no one's saying anything. Wouldn't it be weird? Like, imagine this, like, you are doing a show, right? Like, yeah, you are doing a show, like you're some kind of stage performer, and there's no one in your audience. I mean, obviously some of you guys are there, like some of you guys are like there sitting, just being quiet, but like, would you even still do your show even if no one was sitting in your audience? You know? I guess maybe some people might do it. Like some people who just love doing whatever they do. Yeah, maybe. I imagine so. How are you? Good, man. I'm good. Pretty happy. I'm still tired, but I'm happy. I just got home last night, really late last night, from a trip to visit my grandma. And it was really nice. I think it was really nice. I think it was a little unproductive. It wasn't a very productive visit, but I think it was an okay visit. Well, I guess I wouldn't say unproductive, but just not as productive as I thought it would be. Yeah, how about you, Miko? How's it going? Oh man, your name just reminded me. I heard some rumors about, well, not necessarily a Yamiko rerun, but some people are already talking about an Inazuma-based Chronicled banner. And some people are talking about how that we're gonna get another Chronicle banner wish next patch. Like, I hear a rumor like that, and I can't help but think, like, man, what kind of copium are people on? Good, hey, glad to hear that, man. Yeah, people are on some serious copium recently. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that's got them. That's got people's hopes up much higher than they usually do. But like people, okay, like from before 5.3, people were like really hyped up about Mavuika, about Citlali, about an Arlecchino rerun, a Chronicled banner, and okay, cool. It turned out to be true, right? Like the rumors that people were talking about turned out to be true. Cool, and people are still going with it just because they got things right once. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're only gonna get things right once, right? But it also doesn't mean that you're gonna get things right every time. But people are in such high hopes recently. Like, people are coming up with these rumors about like an Inazuma-based Chronicled Wish in 5.4, the very next match, the patch right after the patch where we just had another Chronicled banner wish. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't hate it. No, I actually hate it, but not because of what the rumors are, but because of, like, because some people are gonna take it and gonna be way too optimistic about it. I'm here just lurky tonight. Late for me, but just chilling, listening, and while grinding primos. Oh, nice. Don't mind me, Diehawk, in case I suddenly respond to any messages that you chat that you say in chat. If I respond to you with a question, you don't have to answer it. I was just curious what region you were grinding now. I just haven't had the energy recently. I haven't had the energy to grind it out. I've been I've since 5.2 I've had this mindset where I want to do all the region completion on stream. Not because not because like for streaming sake, but mostly it is for streaming sake, but like I want to do it on stream to give myself more stuff to do on stream, because I don't want to. I don't feel very strongly about this, but I just don't want to. I would prefer to not have a repeat of, I think it was 5.0, or was it? I think it was 5.0. Yeah, I just don't want to have a. I would prefer to not have a repeat of 5.0 where like I speed ran through all the regions in the 5.0 regions, and then like I finished everything, chronicled no, not chronicled, Tribal Chronicles, all the event quests, the story quests, the tribal chronicles and stuff, and the region exploration, Archon quests, all of that stuff. Even before the first half of 5.0 finished, like even before the second half banners came out, and then I was left with like more than 50% of the patch with nothing to do on stream, and I had multiple days where I was like, well, I have time to stream today. Okay, well, all right, I'm gonna stream, and I'm gonna think, okay, what can I do in the game? Nothing. Kinda all over the place. Been jumping between Sumeru and Fontaine mostly. Is that okay? Is that to avoid getting burnt out? Because the different regions have like different mechanics and stuff. Like to avoid getting burnt out or like too bored of a certain region or a certain mechanic in a certain region. Exploration is boring. It is. I can't say I don't like it because I don't hate it. It's just not something that I would actively do for just for fun. Right? I won't say it's I wouldn't say it's boring, but I also wouldn't say it's really fun. Also, I don't actually like do exploration, you know, how most people would imagine quote unquote exploration would be. I just follow someone's guide video to 100% certain regions. I love it, and also probably the best way to get primos. I don't know about best way, but I guess it depends on the region. I'm sure, you know, I'm sure certain regions have more primos in chests and challenges than others, and I don't know which ones have the most. I imagine Sumeru probably has the most because like it's the biggest. But when it comes to density, like primos per amount of time spent in exploration, I think the densest are probably Mondstadt and Liyue. Because Inazuma, when Inazuma came out, man, the challenges in Inazuma were so time consuming. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them were so time consuming that in some cases you would just enter, like, you would just walk into a certain like specific area, and then enemies would spawn. You fight them, and then you kill them, and then common chest. That's it, like 20, a good, like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, and then common chest. And there are some cases in Inazuma that you spend like 5 to 10 minutes trying to do a puzzle, and then common chest. Like some chests are like 5 seconds, and some chests are like 10 minutes. Oh, okay, I'm kind of curious now. So, Daihawk, you just do your exploration manually, right? So, which regions oculi do you like the most? And which regions oculi do you hate the most? Hey, what's up, Nash? How you doing, man? I think Natlan was by far the easiest. Inazuma and Sumeru the hardest. Inazuma and Sumeru. Oh. Yeah, I certainly agree with that. Inazuma and Sumeru being the hardest. Natlan being the easiest. I guess that was a toss-up. For me, it's a toss-up between Natlan and... Let me think. I'm trying to think back to Fontaine. I guess Fontaine was okay, but probably I wouldn't say, you know, but certainly not as easy as Natlan. Fontaine, like there were a couple ones that were in some really obscure places that you would very unlikely find, unless if you're just so bored that you would just explore super obscure places that don't seem like they have anything. I think the most interesting oculi locations were in Mondstadt and Liyue. I don't know why. I think it might be just bias, because like my memory of Mondstadt and Liyue were like when I first played the game, so it felt a lot more magical to me at the time. I don't know. I honestly can't give like an objective reason why I think that. Had the most fun with Hydro Oculize, really. Oh, okay. Well, why do you think? Yeah, can you tell us about that, Nash? About why Hydroculus was the most fun for you, getting the Hydro Oculi? Hated Sumeru. I never want to collect Dendro Oculi again. I think Fontaine and Atlan are the easiest to explore. Fontaine fairly easy too. There is a certain advantage about like all the underwater oculi because like you don't have to climb and stuff. You could just like swim up or down. So that certainly has its merits. 90% area in Sumeru. Is quest just challenge gated and 40% oculize are those places. While every other one is underground. Yeah. And oh dude, not to mention even I remember finding, I don't even know how I found that one, but like I found this one oculi. It was underground, but it was on the ceiling. It was on the ceiling, but you didn't need to climb a wall for it, but you really needed to know exactly where to go in order for to get that oculi. Like not like, and you know, it wasn't cringe, it wasn't stupid to get that oculi. Like you needed to go, you needed to know a very specific way, or to maybe, I don't know, get lucky. The swimming feature was fun for me, and Fontaine itself, in and of itself, is pleasing to look at and explore. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Fontaine, especially because like underwater stuff, like that was the first time we ever had underwater stuff, right? So it was new and it was novel. So it was fresh, and it was less, like it was less boring. Not me getting completing Fontaine statue in time. What? Exploring Fontaine was definitely fun. You pulled Mavuika? I did, but only on one account. And I hated every bit of it. What's wrong with Fontaine, Percy? Are you just not that kind of player, like who 100%s new regions and stuff? Or is there something in particular about Fontaine that you didn't want to do, that made you not want to do exploration there? Fontaine was just peak in my opinion. Yeah. Compared to Fontaine, I think Natlan was a little Well, but I do understand, right? Like there are only so many things that you can do to make a new region in like a forever updating game. Like unique, right? So like first in Inazuma we had like the Spider-Man things, right? Like that certainly gave us a new way to explore. Oh well, there's the thing. Oh well, you know, okay. How do I go up? How do I elevate? Can I not elevate? Like with Chaska, can I not go straight up?
装置が私たちの立てた音で目を覚ましたみたいだな。
面白い。
エンジン様にとっては面白いかもしれませんが、一部の人たちにとっては難易度が高すぎる。無事終了。
The quests were fun too. Are you talking about the main quests or just the random world quests in Fontaine?
それなら確かに。
全体的には例えば
Why we hate?
それと
Oh wait, she only works with Farina and Vape. I get it.
全部起
Wait,
動しま
who
した。
only works with
エンジン
Farina?
様
You
の
mean Mavuika? You mean Mavuika only works with Farina for a Vape team?
友達式？ああ。
I meant I 100%ed everything in Fontaine. Oh, loved every moment of it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I will say, like, I was a little nervous about committing to 100%ing all of Fontaine. At first, I was a little nervous, and like in the end, I actually enjoyed it. It was fun. You know, I couldn't get the timing of this the first time around I did this. I felt like it was a little inconsistent. Like, am I supposed to time it with the sword or with me? And by that I mean, like, am I supposed to time it where like it's around where the extended part of my sword is, or like am I supposed to time it at my character's collider, like here? Yeah, like, and that was like, at least to my eyes, that seemed like it should have hit, but it still missed.
激戦だったな。
君もなかなかの腕前。
I'm using
おかげで資料
Mavuika as a sub
い
DPS
えいえ
in my Navia teams in place of Shangling.
そんな
Oh, I certainly think she can
楽しんでくれ
be a Shangling alternative. It's a little awkward in, like, I don't think you can put Mavuika in every Shangling team instead of Shangling, because Mavuika's uptime is way shorter than Shangling's. But for as long as whoever, like, in certain teams where her uptime length and rotations, like how often you should swap into her, as long as they line up with like how often you have to swap into or how often you're able to swap out of certain characters, then it's fine. But yeah, Mavuika team restrictions are crazy. That is true. As what Nashidi says, Mavuika is very team restrictive.
マスター
She's really strong in the team she is good in, but the team she's really good in are very few and far in between.
それとこちらはパイ
And all the other teams that she works in
こんにちは
are just okay. And if Mavuika didn't have the insane multipliers she has, I think Mavuika would actually be bad in those other usable teams. And it's mostly just thanks to her insanely high multipliers that she's even just not bad in her less than ideal teams.
ああシュバラン家は元からな
Still haven't decided if I want to pull Mavuika on either of my accounts. You have 2 accounts, right? Are you actively playing on those 2 accounts, or like do you only spend most of your time on one of them and like the other ones just whenever you have time? Every quest in Fontaine.
かもじゃないだからこそ
Oh,
各
I
部族
see.
を回だから
Really? You did every quest in Fontaine, including like random ones from NPCs?
初代エン
Although I found it annoying that Mavuika is perfect in every way. I don't like it. Her character lore-wise is too perfect. I think, okay, I'm just guessing what you mean. Like, you're talking about the fact that like she doesn't seem to have faults, right? Like, for example, let me think. Okay, so Venti's flaw is because he wants to accomplish certain things, but he seems to want to accomplish all of it and still maintain like everyone's freedom, right? Like he doesn't want to be too heavy-handed on like any of the things that he has to do. He only does things when no one else can do it
たくさん食べたな
except
スパイ
him.
も今日
And in Zhongli's case, his I guess downside, or I don't know, weakness is the fact that he is
送るのはここまでだ
limited to he is limited by the contracts that he has made with others, and he isn't able to do certain things because some of them are in conflict with other contracts that he's already made. And the fact that he doesn't have any money, that's another one. Raiden A was like emotionally devastated and just, I don't know, like was like, again, according to Spartan's words, a teenage mom essentially, right? Which is hardly your most perfect type of individual in most cases. In Naida's case, she's great, right? Like she's great, but she was very limited, especially at first because she was in prison. And even now she's still a little limited because she doesn't do well. At least like it seems to be that she doesn't do like actual like physical combat, and she relies on like wisdom to do it. Whereas in Fontaine's case, it was Farina / Neuvillette, and Farina was a human, didn't have any powers, and the actual Archon herself was doing things in the background, and like, well, at least she seemed to have everything under control, and she had a really good plan. But the fact is, she's dead, so she can't really do anything anymore. And but Mavuika is just like, she's physically strong, she's emotionally strong, she's beautiful. What else? Like, she is independent. She's very, I guess, like dependable. She's cool. Right? She's chill. She's reasonable. Right? She just, I don't know. She's flawless, which is, I don't know. There's she's not relatable. I think that's the problem. She's not very relatable. She's like what most people dream to be. There you go. Dream of being, but because she's too perfect, like, it's unrealistic, and therefore, okay, like, let's see. Okay, here's an example. If you're a straight dude, right? If you're a straight dude, and like, as long as you're not huffing too much copium, right? Then realistically, in most cases, like, if you're actually realistic about stuff, then you won't actually feel attracted to women who are way too beautiful to realistically have any chance of being with you. In most cases, right? In most cases. So like, let me think. Okay, someone like who do I think is a pretty celebrity? I don't really have like a. Oh, okay. Margot Robbie. Who is Johnny Depp's? Amber Heard. Right, Amber Heard. Margot Robbie. I think they're both very pretty. But I don't have any sort of like. I wouldn't even say I have a crush on them. I just think they're very beautiful. But I don't have a crush on them. I don't think I don't have like any sort of like attraction to them, other than just like my eyes feel happy, I guess, when I see them or something. That's all I feel. And that's because I see that they are out of my league. Right? Like, it's unrealistic. But if I see someone like let's say a regular person out on the street, and like they're really attractive, right? Then they're really attractive. But obviously, like, leagues behind like someone like a Hollywood celebrity. then like to me, I will feel more attracted to that person who is less attractive, who is less physically attractive, because it's it's more realistic. See, they're reachable.
あれなんかいいってどうかしたかあんたたちもスト
Most of my time on the first account, but do play on the other one. Have about 260 wishes on the main and about 100 on the second account. What, you mean you actually do exploration on the second account too? Like manual exploration? Well, I guess there is an advantage to having multiple accounts because like it's only gonna be your first go at exploration that's gonna take the most amount of time. Whereas your second and third and fourth and onward exploration is gonna take so much less time because you already, as long as you do them like soon-ish, right after doing the first one, right? It's gonna seem all so familiar, and you're just gonna remember stuff when you walk by them, and you're just gonna know exactly how to do it. As long as it gives Primos, I guess. Zhongli, more like more or less, or Goizhong. She's also very yeah, certainly. I mean, we do fall in love, but the thing is, we think they're too out of our league, so we give up interest. Yes, right, exactly. Like they're not interesting anymore. You know, I wonder. So I suddenly wondered. So there are women like Mavuika out there somewhere, right? Just beautiful, smart, independent, dependable, and right. I'm sure there are. But like, how do those women even get married? Right? Because like, if most guys are too what's the word I want to use here? Overwhelmed? Like if those kinds of women are way too overwhelming for most men. Like what are they then like does that mean that those women who are apparently like very womanly have a much lower chance of getting married than the less womanly females? They get married to someone of their same levels. Yeah, but then there are also some of those women who work and or live in a certain place where they never ever get exposed to those kinds of men. Now, I guess one thing that would happen is, even though those women are just so attractive, right? Like it's typically like the more attractive you are, especially the more you know how attractive you are. Typically, what happens is your standards for who you would allow to be together with you also go up, right? Especially the more you know how attractive you are, the more you know your value. But if you're like at that level of attractiveness, and everyone around you of the opposite gender are only like at this level, and I'm like pointing down, by the way, like a much lower level than your level of attractiveness, then I guess what happens in that case is like your standards go down. Like how actors marry other actresses. Yeah, but that's partially because of that, but also another big reason is because they're always like together. They're always working in the same place. I mean, if she approaches some guy she likes, then it's 100% chance. I guess that's true. But then again, like women like you know, in this case Mavuika, right? Like they're typically
大会が始まって今思い返せ
because they're so dependable and independent, they typically have a lot on their plate, and they're typically very busy and like have like little to no time to even think about stuff like that.
誰だ
タオトゥ家の
いやいや
あれか。
こんな姿でも見破られるとはさすがは現エンジンだな。
失礼だが先ほど
32以内に入ること
いやいや何の芝居
どう言って縛られ
Not sure I agree. I've seen plenty of beautiful women with average dudes.
そうだぞ。
I do agree with that. Yeah, I do agree. I have seen plenty of beautiful women with average dudes. Yeah, and that is the case that I just mentioned a while ago, right? Obviously, that's not the only case, right? But there are times, like just like a moment ago, where I mentioned this situation where like someone at let's say like a really high level of physical attractiveness is in an environment, like, is at a job, or it works in a place or lives in a place where there are
ここなら問題ない
like
だろう
zero, there's like zero or a very low percentage where like an equally attractive guy
初めてという
works or lives there.
なんじゃ
Then because they're never exposed to guys that are at the same level of attractiveness as they
こ
are,
ちらの二人は
I think what ends up happening is their standards
こちらの
for
二人
それでこの
attractiveness go down.
それは
つまり
Hence how they end up with a dude that is like
残念ながら
in some cases clearly
激しい動きは
at a much lower level of attractiveness than they are.
大シャーマンの一人
And in some cases those women just don't care about appearances and they just go for the guy who makes them happy.
これは偉大で我が要求
つまり
むしろ賭けの結果だな
In the end, it's all about love. That's true. Well, you know, not
大昔の
always,
こと
but
災難はあまりだがアビスや
because if it was all about love, then like
この500年間
Hollywood celebrities wouldn't divorce 3 days after getting
私は
married or
500
whatever.
年後の今こうして
Right?
エンジンとなった数千年にわたり変わらなか
I
った
think the problem with
7人
Hollywood
もちろん
celebrities is
最悪
they
の
have
事
way
態
too
を
much
想像
money
し
on
て
their hands that like
目覚めた時に魔物と
just
屍
feeling happy
廃墟もしそれが
with
現
each
実に
other
なっていれば
while they're out on vacation, out in the Bahamas or out in, you know, like just traveling and like
結果が
backpacking
証
or
明
like
してくれた
I don't know, jet skiing or whatever, right? Doing something fun together. Just because they both feel happy while doing something fun, they immediately think, hey, I
これまで
like you.
貢献してきた者たちへの
I
見
think
返
I
りとい
love
った
you,
方が
right? Like
適切だろう
and because they have so much money, they're like, okay, let's get married. Like because getting married is expensive to normal people. But because these people just have so much money that to them, how expensive getting married and or getting divorced is doesn't matter. That they just think that they just get together with someone that they felt happy with, regardless of whether it was like what I refer to as an artificially happy moment. Right? Because like if you can be happy with someone while, let's say,
実は候補
what's okay,
一日だけ
if I go out with someone and we go to
それにしても
an amusement park and we get on a roller coaster, we get on a Ferris wheel, whatever, like all the rides there, we go through all the rides, we have so much fun, we have so much fun eating like really great snacks, eating and dining at really nice restaurants. Then of course I'm gonna be happy because I'm doing something that that is good, that is fun and entertaining, right? And I think what happens is like not just celebrities, but like in some cases, some rich people, they mistake that for like actually being in love with someone.
ここまで行ったのだぞよくぞ聞い
なるほど
そうだ
その体でよ
案ずるな原初の太陽と初めて何時にこの誘いを断る
あ
それでこそださて
ここは
ここは我の魂によって作られた太陽の地だ。我
たちが
太陽はこう汝らをここに
ここでは
言っただろう。偉大なるこのシュバラン家もしかしここでの塔マービカ
お互い
望むとこナタ人としてエンジンとして公正で。
Oh, this fight was really cool.
この
This fight was
炎が
really
消え
cool.
るまでだ。
ああ来い。
疲れ切って絶望したりはしないのかな。
しない
So
さ
much DBZ
そんな暇ないからな。
in this fight, which is not bad, and I think it was appropriate. I think it was appropriately applied. What if Animal Traveler was just a troll, you know? Like, what if the what if the Traveler just trolled them, and then, like, even before the first strike, she just blew on the fire and just turned it off? Because, like, they did say the fight ends when the fire went out. What if the Traveler were just, you know, was just a troll and just blew it out even before the fight started? They were about to throw the first punch and then, like, just blew the fire out.
過ぎ去ったことはもう二度と会えないは。彼ら
汝の領汝とか全員だ。マービカ愛する話したいことは戦争が終わって平和な時代で。
これって
マービカ感謝する。
Oh, what the? No, what happened? Oh, you're kidding me.
爽快な戦いだった。
Come on.
ご冗
I
談
have
を
to redo that dialogue again.
まさか我気温ごずい。
Re and again.
汝の力他人を見下ろす汝らのような汝らの勝利我にまとわれところで
商
こたびの目的会いたいものがい極めて特殊な神だのなんだのと呼ばれていても所詮我々は人
お気持ちはありがとう。過ぎ去ったことはもう二度と会えないは。彼ら
汝の領汝とか全員だ。マービカ愛する話したいことは戦争が終わって平和な時代で。
これって
マービカ感謝する。
愛するわ。
水臭いな。まったく。ことは一段落した。今の体ではまだソークリンに乗られたことはないだろう。
ソークリン聞いた。
シュバラン家を
君たちもな。さあ行こう。思うがままに生きる時間。
Hate it when that happens. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't happen to me too often. but it is really annoying because it just feels like most of the time it happens. It just seems like it happens right when a dialogue is about to end.
そうだぞ。オイラたちはすごく幸せに暮らしてるぜ。
昔もこれほど面白いものがあればな。我が性格を考えると変人に慣れていなかったやもしれぬな。
いやいや、それは困るぞ。
これらを発明したものが我が時代に生まれておらず幸いだったな。
やはり私の方が一枚上手のようだ。これだけの誘惑に負けずエンジンをやり続けているのだから。
きっちりあるな。
児玉のこの皆は相変わらず手先が器用だ。あなたの時代もそうだったのだろう。このソークリンもまさにあの部族の凄腕の職人が作ってくれたんだ。
I still can't get over the fact that Mavuika's Japanese voice actress is the same as what's her name? Oh no, why can I never remember her name? HSR, Wolf Lady General. What was her name? You guys know?
実に懐かしい。
ああ、そういやお前たちの時代のものだったな。
もうランドマーク。ここいらの地域の象徴になっている。観光客に大人気だ。とても綺麗だと評判だ。
そうか。ナンジラにとってはそのような存在なのだな。
おう、すごく綺麗だぜ。特にスピリットウェイから眺めるとな。
先人の物語は後世の人々が
Oh, Beizhu. I just looked it up.
昨日の限界は今日の目標という通り、すべては進み続けている。
良いことだ。八神の国に持ち帰って皆にその言葉を伝えよう。
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just loved like I just really liked Beizhu when I saw that I don't even know what it was. It was just an animation, an official one, an official animation from Hoyo of Beizhu. It was Beizhu and like the other like sleepy sleepy dude kind of general in HSR. I forgot his name.
時間が過ぎようとここに生きる人々にとっては変わらぬものもある。
こういうことを話すのにあなた以上にふさわしい者はいないな。ここまで見てきた者にご満足いただけただろうか。
水面を高速で走りながら生ぬるい風を浴びる。実に楽しい。そしてこの世界が愛おしい。植物が太陽を好むように我もこの世界を愛している。
到着だぞ。ヤッフ
ー。やっふー。大変面白かったマービカ。おかげで大満足の旅であった。
良いものは言う。
この老いぼれに楽しい一日をくれたことに感謝する。思い返せば
そろそろ
そうだな。
帰ってきてくれて。
ではさらばだ。
ちょっと寂しいけどやっぱりお別れなんだよな。
あ、いつの間にか一日中付き合ってくれてありがとう。あ、うまいものが
だいぶ遅れてきちゃったけど。
宴はとっくに始まっていただろうが心配ない。イアンサが食べ物を取っておいてくれるはずだ。イアンサはオイ
ラたちが
そうか。道の脇に並んでいるものが見えるか？
へえ。
よく見ておく。あれは夜遅く帰る者のため、部族に帰る暗闇の中に。
お戻りですか？変人様。
あのお方と話
いかがでしたか？
シュバラン家様。
シュバラン家様が言う。
ああ、こたびの旅です。
肉体のつ
今年優勝し、皆キニチ勝者に
祝杯よ。
あの子が目をさん。
マソ
も
このアハウス。
そうだったのですか。長い
夢ではない。
僕が実は僕。
本当か？
うん。
じゃあそうそう。
ああ、野菜。そういえば。
本
確か
それは夢で。この実は今日その結果。
信じる。
この話に
私とパイモンは。
すごい。みんなそれはいい。
すごく刺激的な一日だった。
ああ、
そういやマビ。シュバラン家疲れ切って。
しない。夜はまだまだ。
Oh god, I could finally max her out. I did not farm for Mavuika, the last materials, just because I knew I was gonna get those free materials.
あなたに安らぎがあらん。響け、格のね。
風、
歌え、僕の名のもとに。
引け、太陽の炎を。
滅亡の道をたどる。忠誠を誓う相手をたがえるな。
この天下で裁く。
怪人の雨、世界を滅ぼせ。
Love Mavuika so much. Heck, okay. Glad to hear you like Mavuika, man. I mean, I like her, but I'm not that kind of player. You know, I just like her because I know she's strong, but I don't like her so much because she's very strong in very few teams. Yeah, but hey, glad to see you again, Boney. How's it going?
恐怖を抱く勇気すらない私と打ち合うこの燃え上がる炎で
討伐となるがいい。
少しはまともになってきた闇来たる破滅の時なり善を焼き尽くして届けるといい
学のね
落日すべての始まりに過ぎない
Just got Charlotte. Charlotte? The 4-star? Charlotte? Is that your first Charlotte ever? She's not on the banner, right? Yeah, no, she's not on the banner.
Engine Mavuika これより参戦する
Oh, you know what? I might wanna... Yeah, I'm gonna wanna raise her talents up a bit. Yes, on both accounts. Actually, Hoyo is telling me something for real. What do you think is that? Eroded horn. Okay. Where was the item transfer thing? This thing, I think. Eroded horn. Okay. Okay, cool. I can make them. Okay. Yep. Alright, sorry, I was just keeping track of the upgrades that I did. Maybe I should try Gravestone with her. What build should I put on Charlotte? I have her on Fab right now. Well, what team are you planning to use her in? Honestly, I don't know what team I should even use Charlotte in. Like, I guess I do. Like, the only team that I've ever been able to use Charlotte in has been my Freeze Ganyu team. Charlotte's become my second cryo character. She's replaced my Diona in those teams. Well, other than that, I can't really think of what other teams I could use Charlotte in. Because Charlotte's off-field cryo application time is too short for someone like an Arlecchino melt, like, right? Or Diluc melt, or like any on-field pyro melt. I guess Mavuika, but like you're also. Oops. You're also really limited to only melting a few of the only a few of her hits.
石煙に葬られよ。アクセル全開。アクセル全開。
Okay, this was not a very good showing of what Mavuika is capable of. This is awful. Can you review my indie village? Sure, just drop your UID, man. Wasn't planning on using her, nothing. I put her on Ocean Hued Healing? But you only heal with her like once a rotation.
私に従う。太陽の炎を。空上を焼き尽くす。お披露目だ。世界の熱狂の渦に。石煙に葬られよ。
Hey, what's up, Mr. J? How you doing, man? I haven't opened Genshin Impact in so long. No, not real Saitama. You're not looking for a Nivelet review. You're just looking to flex. Well, hey, congrats on your good Nivelet. Nice job. Plays Honkai Impact. Man, I don't think I've ever seen anyone come in here who still plays Honkai Impact. Like, maybe there have been a few people who, maybe there have been a few people who have come in here who have maybe played it in the past or whatever. Oops, what day is it? Friday. Is it Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. Oh, Friday for me. Anyone who plays Honkai Impact in 2025 right now scares me because, what? Anyway, sorry, not real Saitama. Apologies, by the way. If my... Okay, I already got my teapot stuff this week, I guess. Okay, cool. Yeah. Obviously, my... me accusing you of somebody who's just, masking like their attempt to flex their account slash character with just, hey, can you review my character? Obviously it could be wrong, but you know, I don't know if you know this, but there are a bunch of just jerks out there who are like that. Just wander from stream to stream and like, hey, account review, look at my this, look at my Mavuika, look at my whatever character. And like, could we review it, please? And then just like, and then everyone's like, whoa, what, bro, your Mavuika's crazy. And then like, he's just there like listening to Mr. Streamer, just stroking his like, stroking himself, you know, stroking himself. Yeah, praise me more. It's just, there really are people like that. Bro, RJ, we have the same mansion layout. Let me see your forge. It's right here. My forge hasn't been used though in a really long time. I haven't needed to use it in a really long time. Yeah, so I teleport here and then instantly just press F. All right, Tubby. Okay, cool. I want this. Cool. I want a crafting station right there. It's just everything that I need. Oh, and by the way, yeah, all my farm stuff right here. I didn't used to make it like this. I used to like space them out correctly. But ever since I stopped needing to use them, I just put them all in one place. I rated A for acquired. I mean, hey, it's, you know, everything you need for, you know, again, quote unquote need, right? Like none of the subjective needs. It's all completely the objective needs. I still have my garden, I'm assuming, off the side of the mansion. Well, okay, at least, you know, I appreciate that you actually still care about stuff like that. I would love to have stuff like nice things too, you know? I just don't have the time for it. I just can't afford to. Right? It's like somebody who drives a Honda Civic, like from like, you know, like a 2005 Honda Civic. Just because let me rephrase that. Just because somebody drives a 2005 Honda Civic doesn't mean they won't be happy driving a Lamborghini. You know, right? Like it's always nice to have nice things. It's just I can't afford to. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, that's right. Weeklies. Hang on. Other weeklies. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all the weeklies I have on this account. Even if unused. FYI, the stone dragon statues are a quick way to max out your load. The stone... Oh, I think I heard of those. I don't remember what they look like, but I remember thinking about them at some point because I remember maybe reading or hearing about them, that they gave out, like they didn't add too much like weight or like whatever it is. Like it doesn't use up too much of your like placement limit, but it gives you a lot of the load or energy something. Yeah, but in my case, I just went crazy with the I forgot what they're called. Screens? Something screen? I don't remember. Hi, bro. How are you? Are you F2P or not? What are you talking about, Ishank? You've been here before. Well, although you haven't been here like super often. But yeah, I am F2P. But no. Like my second and third accounts are F2P, but my first account is Welkin only. I have bought the battle pass a few times. Like only a total of 5 times. But other than that, that's just Welkin only. I think I only need to do 1 bounty. Yeah, okay. We'll do 1 bounty. Immune to pyro damage. Greens are for indoors. Yeah, indoors was not the easiest to lay out. To like, it wasn't the easiest job to put down all that stuff indoors. I will say that, and I'm kind of happy that by the time that I got to my third account, that I already knew about the fences, like either fences or walls. It was so much easier to max out with fences or walls. I did the same though. I just filled a room with them. I'm currently in an office and watching your stream. We'll be gone soon for work, dude. Do you are you really supposed to be doing that? I appreciate you being here though. Thank you. It's time to not give in to FOMO, and patiently wait for the Maripede Bakery to open for business. I have resisted Citlali's temptation. Oh man. Well, something certainly tells me that someone's about to be very happy. Yeah. And they're not even like, so yes, they are still rumors, but like people are so confident in these rumors about like the 5.4 banners. Like the way they say them. Like it's like they know. I assume that's why you're so excited, Shinrin. Because the way people talk about these rumors, people just seem so, they sound so confident about them. I watch sometimes, but I don't want with audio most of the time. Oh, it's alright, man. It's alright. Thank you, though. I appreciate you being here. Yeah. Anyway, how have you been, Shank? You haven't been here in a while. Oh, any of you guys watch Danmachi? The anime Danmachi. Is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? If yes, then have you all heard that season 5 got, like, it was airing as normal, and then all of a sudden after I think episode 11 or episode 10, they just suddenly stopped. Like they said that there was a production issue or something. What quest is this? This is the quest to get the gadget for the new permanent game mode. You know, like the music game mode. Thanks. Hey, glad to hear that, Ishank. Nope, I only watched anime by recommendation. I see. I don't think you would enjoy the kinds of animes I enjoy, Mr. J. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I'm quite certain that you don't enjoy the kinds of anime that I enjoy. You probably, like, so not just you, but like most people probably have like a certain image of like what kind of person I am. But aside from that, my taste in anime is like, I'm surprised I enjoy that kind of anime too. Like I look at what kind of person I am, and then like I also am surprised that I am what I am, but I also enjoy this kind of anime. I've noticed that I really enjoy anime, like long-term enjoy anime that have really good world building. And so slow story pacing, but at the same time not just like dragging something on, right? Dragging something on for the sake of making something last longer. Like I like there's something to be, I like for storytelling, for there to be something always happening, something significant, and yeah, something significant. I also like a lot of really good fight scenes, really good action scenes, and I really like good world building. And that's the reason why, like, you know, despite Freerun only having had one season so far, and like that one season, by the way, did not have a lot of things happen in it. It wasn't a very short story, but it also wasn't like the longest. Like it wasn't like an Avatar: The Last Airbender where like every episode has like its own like mini story that's also part of the main overall story, right? Like it wasn't as full and jam-packed as like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it was just enough. It was just enough that it wasn't boring. It was like slow paced, so like it was relaxing to watch, but at the same time, like the world felt lived in. It felt like it was like a real world, because like there were some lore, there were some stories, background stories that people heard of, Yeah, and not to mention like your typical overpowered MC is not exactly a very deep kind of anime in my opinion, but as long as done right, it is entertaining to watch at times. I watched it until the red light district. I don't know what season that was. It was so long ago. I just remembered the slapping scene. What? I think I know what you mean. Wait a moment. Slapping scene. Like, was this when Belle was tied to a table or something? That was like season 1, I think. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just part of season 1. You know, before season 4, I sort of just passed off Danmachi as like this, just like one of these random animes that will never get a next season that I enjoyed when I watched it, but then like a few weeks after I watched it, we'll just completely forget about it. It was like I just kind of passed it off as like a temporary enjoyment. But like when I saw season 4, man, like since then I've been hooked. Season 4, I think was awesome. I loved it. Weeklies. Oh, weekly bosses. I'm an idiot. Yeah, weekly bosses. No. Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't. I forgot. I haven't done the. Oh, here. I haven't done the Archon quest yet, or any of the 5.3 quests on this account. It's when the two goddesses were arguing. You mean Freya and Ishtar. Yeah, Freya and Ishtar. Ishtar was like the dark-skinned goddess who was wearing very revealing clothing. And Freya was the silver-haired white goddess who was also wearing very revealing clothing. Oh, hey, where are the orbs? No! Uh-oh. Well, thank goodness for Furuna and Navilla being really tanky. The white-haired goddess? So, the other goddess. And she fell to the... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, that was... Yeah, that was about the end of that was pretty much the end of the red light district arc. What was the name of the anime of that anime again? Danmachi, Danmachi. Full like written English name was Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? It's up to season 5 now. It's been going on a while. It's also got light novels. It's from light novels mainly. And yeah, so other than okay, cool. I enjoy the it's sort of oh man. Oh, you know what, Mr. J? Danmachi is sort of like Genshin in a way. Like a certain part of Danmachi is like exactly like Genshin's. You know, like but it's a slightly, so Genshin's is like super child friendly, right? Super child friendly. Danmachi's is a little less child friendly, but not like, you know, rated R. right? Like more like for young adolescents. Young adolescents are gonna love it, and adults are gonna think like, oh, cool. So there's like the harem thing of it, like attractive male, overpowered MC, and like they're not necessarily, so in Danmachi they're not traveling throughout the world, but they have a goal in mind, right? In Genshin, that's to be reunited with our sibling. In Danmachi, it is to strive to reach the level of his idol. And along the way, just harem story everywhere. But like also like very innocent kid doesn't want to do anything with that. Who also occasionally has difficulty controlling his libido. Where there's a hole, there's a goal. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, that is I cannot say that's wrong. Okay, bro, have to go. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by to hang out with us, Shank. Take care, man. Take care. Literally, just everything anime strong MC turns into a god and gets girls. Oh my god. Okay, man. This show sounds very weird. I'll probably skip then. Yeah, I figured it wasn't gonna be your type, man. I figured it wasn't gonna be your type. Oh, you know? Oh, Mr. J. Okay. Something that I think might actually be your type is not an anime, but like a fan fiction of Danmachi. It's weird, like, cause like it's Danmachi, but it's like the main character isn't anyone in Danmachi. The main character seems to be based off of the writer, and like it's funny. Like I don't know. It's been going on for like however many years now. The guy is like, really, like I think I like the way he writes. The guy's really good at writing, in my opinion. But I also think like I like his main character. It's like a really practical. I don't know how to explain them. I like it. I really like it, and I wouldn't even mind it if like it somehow got adapted into a film, because it's awesome. It's not even just a Danmachi film at this point, because like at some point they get transported, they get isekai'd, so they're from Earth, like originally, right? Like at the very beginning of the story, they're from Earth, they're from Canada, and just like your typical like middle, and not middle-aged man, but like someone in their 30s or late 30s, single, unmarried, typical wage slave, gets isekai'd into the world of Danmachi, has to learn all the things there, learn the language, learn like the magic system and everything, becomes an adventurer, etc., etc. And then like my summary cannot do justice to the character that she is. The way she speaks, the way she thinks, the way she handles problems, etc. And like, I cannot explain all of that. I just know that it's awesome. So, and it gets, yeah, essentially at some point becomes like she is OP, but yes, but partially because she is also, it was a dude, and then got isekai'd into Danmachi and becomes a lady. Yeah, becomes a lady, and yeah, he had to get used to okay, that's not the right team. Hydro team against boss with a lot of hydro res, that's not good. What's it called? Okay, just look up hang on. Deore? Hang on. Let me see. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So just look up Daeore fanfiction. Daeore. So he has a couple of different series. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. He has one series. He has one series, and all of it is like just a continuation of just that single one. So the only okay, if you're looking at it right now, the only one that's not part of it is the one called the Misfits Mercenary Company. That's the only one that's not part of it. Everything that's numbered is all sort of a continuation of each other. And so at some point from the Danmachi universe, he gets isekai'd into not necessarily like your typical isekai, but like it's man, I can't even begin to explain how to like what happened, right? So not necessarily isekai, but gets transported back to Earth, but not in Canada, in Japan, but in Japan specifically, the High School DxD universe, right? The High School DxD universe with all their cast and all their enemies. And at some point, hang on, where was the third one? Okay, so the next one after that was she finally did like everything she needed to, went through like a whole story in the High School DxD universe, and then is able to make it back home to Orario. Orario, by the way, is like the city for like where the main story of Danmachi happens. Gets back to the Danmachi world because they had a family there, and then after that, doesn't get transported or isekai'd, but something happens to their world that apparently was because of something from the anime Gate. If you know the anime Gate, if you like Gate, like yeah, it was awesome too. The way that they connected all of it. I did not watch Gate. I don't know anything about the anime Gate. I do not know anything about the anime High School DxD. All I know is that it's an anime. All I know is that it's an anime for certain people. It's an anime for certain people. That's all I know. Goes to the Gate universe. Gate is pretty good. Yeah, like I hear nothing but praise about the anime Gate, actually. So goes to the universe of Gate, like does stuff over there, fixes stuff, right? And then after Gate, is finally able to just settle down, take a step back, go back to Arario, go back to their family, and then all of a sudden, boom, is summoned to another world, which is the current story that is ongoing right now, which is in the Shield Hero, whatever the full name is, Shield Hero universe. And what's funny too is in like from the original one, like from the very first one that they made, from like the beginning of the Danmachi one, the Danmachi fanfic that they started all those years ago, this MC that's originally from Canada, this like typical wage slave that got isekai'd into Danmachi, like they had a curse on them that they couldn't hurt anyone with weapons. They like the only way that they could hurt others was by using their body, like but just by straight up punching them, or or using their own weight against them, like making a cave collapse, or like body slamming them, and then like pile driving them into the ground. That was the only way that she could hurt them. And it plays really well into Shield Hero, because from what I understand, I never watched Shield Hero either. From what I understand, Shield Hero, I imagine, does not have any attack power because he's a shield hero, just like pure defense stuff. And it really plays out. I think it plays out really well. And because of this fanfiction, I still have not had any time to watch High School DxD. Honestly, I don't know if I even want to. I am very interested in Gate, and even Shield Hero because of this fanfiction. And he has really good world building as well. His fanfiction, obviously, as fanfiction does, it, like changes the story from the actual story itself. like from the official story. Shield Hero season 1 was so good, but season 2 is it's just like Tokyo Ghoul. I heard a lot of good things about Tokyo Ghoul, like from what it was when it first came out. But then like at some point I heard that I got a second season, and then it just nothing, just radio silence about it. Dude gets isekai'd into a chick. No, but like, hear me out, Mr. J. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this one. Because despite them becoming a chick, right, they are still a dude. Like, so I mentioned earlier, they had a family, but not with a dude. Not with a dude. In fact, the whole like the third like story that was like the second time he went back to the Danmachi universe was centered all around them having a family with a chick, with a woman, because of something they had to get from one of the gods in the Danmachi universe. And that god being like spoiled, you know, stuff like that, and them having the MC having to put that god in their place. If you're interested in Gate, but replace the sorry? What? What am I replacing? Excuse me? Gate has a combination of fantasy and political genres. That's what I heard about Gate too. Also, if you're even the slightest bit interested in just the MC, like a reasonable MC, by the way, right? Like not your typical, like OP MC gets isekai'd into another world that's like really timid and really humble, and it's like we love each other, you know, like wholesome bunch. No, like this MC is like really practical, really reasonable, like just a dude. This like MC was just a dude. But like lays the beat down on whoever messes with him. Their humor is also very Western, is what I'll say. Yeah, their humor is very Western. It's like one of those if I were to give it a genre, it would be like action comedy. Yeah, it would be mostly action, and a good chunk of comedy, but like really subtle comedy. Like, yeah, really subtle comedy that just makes you lull every now and then, or just makes you smirk every now and then. That kind of comedy. Okay, so I guess that's all the weeklies. Forgetting anything? Okay, no. I don't know, man. Doesn't sound convincing. Yeah. Well, hey, either way, yeah, just give it a try if you want it. It's a very deep time sink though, because it's like it's a really long story. It's a really long story already because it's been going on for like the dude has not taken a break for however many years now. And he uploads every every 15th. Yeah, uploads every 15th. The only time he ever takes a break is on February, because there's no 30th on February. Okay, I did not think about this very well. I did not think this through very well. That I had just enough resin to condense enough resin to instantly do dailies as soon as the daily server reset happened, but I did not think about the 3 weekly bosses I was gonna do. Alright, so I guess the best thing I could do now is just condense whatever resin I have left and just take it from there. What was the name again? Daore fanfiction. Just look it up. Daore. Daeore fanfiction. And it's just on fanfiction.net. If you just look into their page, like they've got a bunch of stories. All of the most of them are connected except for just that one. All of the numbered ones are all just one really long story. MC meets a rare elf, a young magician prodigy, a girl on her way to godhood. Gate. Yeah. I learned that about Gate because of this fanfiction, actually. So it was Rory, I believe. Yeah, Rory, who was sort of like an intern god, something like that. An intern god. The elf girl, shoot, I can't remember her name. And then this genius magician who's like this tiny girl. Not a lolly, but just really, really small girl. Who also has a really weird perverted magician master. You know, I guess that's a typical trope. Alright, third account this time. Third account. All I get is when Dwalin met Dory? Oh, also, it goes a little bit into politics, like this fanfiction. It goes a little bit into politics, not necessarily very political, but like in what's it called? In the high school DxD arc, I would be hard pressed to call it an arc because like it is its own entire series, I think. You know, in each when the MC goes into each universe. Yeah, it gets a little political, but also, man, a lot of beatdowns laid out in High School DxD, and I loved it. It's just every antagonist at every turn underestimating this MC, and it was just like this. And it's not just like when the MC finally gets like the MC has always been just stronger than like the antagonists. In fact, like a lot of the antagonists in High School DxD, like I also am very fascinated with the way that this writer decided to do the power scaling, like which characters from which universe would be stronger. How much stronger or weaker would this character be from this universe compared to this character from this universe? And I found it fascinating too. I enjoy power scaling. Like some different I know that there are some really niche communities that do like that power scale between animes and stuff, and do like what if scenarios between two different characters in certain animes. like who would win in a fight, etc. I enjoy those kinds of videos, and I found it fascinating when I first got to the part where they went from one anime universe to another universe and just, you know, laid the beat down on them. Yeah, because like the MC is like I said, like a lot of the antagonists in High School DxD were actually much stronger than this fanfiction MC. But this fanfiction MC was, again, they're from Earth and they are reasonable. They're not a genius, right? They're not like genius level, but they are logical. They're very, very logical about stuff. They're very logical. They're very practical, and they make a point of showing that they use that as a funny thing, because like everything they design is just ugly. Like not necessarily ugly, but just like has no style to it, and is just like completely 100% practical and 0% style. Even the way that they fight is completely practical and no style, and they get made fun of for it. True white mode. God, my eyes. Yeah, Daori. Like if you look up Daori, man, Daori fanfiction, it'll easily be the first search result you get. Daeore. It'll easily be the first search result.
怖いか？それから恐怖を抱く勇気すらないか？私と打ち合う気か？この燃え上がる炎で闇来た破滅の時がカウントダウン開始だ。
What were we even talking about before this? I don't even remember how we got into this topic. Nice. I got one more charged attack in. Darn it. Okay. Now I gotta wait for the thing to cool down. That was probably one of the chillest runs I've ever had in this weekly boss. Okay, I guess I haven't done it. I haven't done the Archon quest on this account yet either. Hey, what's up, Peter? How you doing, man?
いざ
またも夢に支配された
光り輝くがいい。じゃじゃーん。わけ山の地。
あなたは必ず滅亡の妙され討末となるがいい
Oh, what? Oh, come on.
じゃあ行くよ。
Oh, there.
世界の熱狂の渦にお披露目だ。どよめく真実。変え。
取れ
人の雨世界を滅ぼせ
静粛に風の行く先を
神戸を垂れろ
博士私は下げる
Just finish some homework. Finishing homework sounds like a good thing. Yep, that's certainly great news. On that school grind. On what school grind?
星とし無事きょ
Although it is late for me. Ah, I see. Really? What time is it for you? Like focusing on school. Oh, okay, okay. I get what you mean. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
自分の責任を誇りに思っているのだ。
AM? That doesn't sound like a grind to me, man. That sounds more like you committed a crime and are now facing a few years in jail. Started studying at 7 p.m. So you've been at it for now, like 8 hours. Isn't it time for you to go home already? And by that I mean like you've been at it for 8 hours, just like your typical wage slave would have been at work. Okay, so from what I remember, okay, I cannot go into visionary mode because I need or lack 5 characters. Okay, which I have farmed for already. So who are these 5 characters? Okay, Kaya. Let's level them up then, so we can get in. Alright, level up Kaya. Get him to 70. A study at home. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that you've been at this for 8 hours now. Just like most people would have been at work. Right? Because like people typically work for 8 hours a day on a normal work day. And you've been doing that for 8 hours now, just like a typical working adult would be. Okay, Kaya, where is he? There he is. Okay, so that's Kaya. Kaya's done. Well, 70 now. Next is... Alright, I guess we'll do his brother next. Hey, how's it going, Unrevealed? What I usually do is study a week ahead, so during the next week, I just sleep in. Hey, nice. Sounds like my kind of guy. Yeah, sounds like my kind of guy. I'm a lazy dude myself, but I'm not lazy like I procrastinate. I like doing things that I know will need to have been done at some point in the future, but I like doing them ahead. So by the time that I need to do it, I don't have to do it because I already did it. I can just chill. All right, that's Diluc. Done. Okay. All right, next. Another pyro character. Get you to 70.
よいしょっと。うーん。うーん。うん。ほれ。じゃん。うんうんうん。うん。
All right. All right, next, Toma. Man, I'm not comfortable in what I am doing right now. I'm leveling. I'm lacking 5 characters to be able to do visionary mode, and I'm leveling 5 characters and not leveling them like to be able to actually do combat. but just leveling them, just getting them to level 70. So when I'm gonna need characters at some point in while doing Imaginarium Theater, at some point I'm gonna realize that I'm gonna need certain some of them to actually do something in combat, but not be able to. Okay, I'm pretty sure that didn't make sense, whatever I just said. That was the worst explanation ever. Alright, Kachina. I'm not happy raising this character because I just don't see myself ever using Kachina. But hey, I need a character to be level 70. And she is the least likely to be permanently benched among all the other characters that I have available on the account. This is a good team. Mavuika, Farina, Zalon, and Bennett. I think it's okay. I think the reason why, well, I'm sure you are gonna see some people running that team, including me actually. Yeah, you're very likely to see me running that team too. But the reason why you won't be seeing that many people rocking that team is because Mavuika has such high multipliers that you gain so much damage from switching from vaporize to melt, because Mavuika's multipliers are so high. And yeah, but it is a really good team. In fact, I ran a very similar team just a while ago, about an hour ago maybe. But instead of Bennett, I rocked Kazuha instead. Not because I think Kazuha is better, but just because it was already my Nivellette team, and all I did was just switch out Nivellette for Mavuika, and I didn't want to bother like switching out any of the other characters anymore. So melt teams are her best teams? Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, melt teams should be the best teams for pyro damage dealers, right? Because melt is a ×2 multiplier. Compared to Vaporize, which is only a 1.5 times multiplier. But the only reason why Melt is Mavuika's best teams and not the best teams for someone like Diluc or someone like Hu Tao or Arlecchino is because the other Pyro carries apply Pyro too quickly. whereas Mavuika applies pyro a little more slowly than those other pyro carries. And because Mavuika applies pyro a little more slowly, cryo appliers, cryo supports are able it's much easier for the cryo supporters to be able to apply cryo fast enough because Mavuika's pyro is slow enough. And you gain so much more from it. 20? Oh no. Hang on. Okay, what is my traveler? Is he okay, and what elements? Nope. Where's the thing? Is it not here? Okay, I guess it's not here. So, elements: pyro, cryo, and geo. Okay, I'm still lacking 2 characters then. Okay, so I guess 2 of the characters that I raised were not included in this lineup. I guess 3 were, so that was probably... Wait, what? Okay, oh, Kaya was already in there. Okay, so Kaya did not count. Diluc did not count. Okay, gonna have to raise 2 more characters. Darn it. Okay, I really thought I would have been able to do Imaginarium today. Okay, so 2 more Pyro and or Cryo and or Geo characters. Not Noelle, because she's already in there. Amber, I guess. Okay, sure. Amber will have to do. I guess Ningguang, because like she's already sort of on the way there. But I guess that's not happening today. Okay, let me just check. Are they actually not in there? Okay, no, they're not in there. Cool. Alright, so Ningguang and Amber. So a team I could probably think of is Mavuika, Citlali, Zelonan, and Bennett. Yes, that is actually her best team. Yeah, that is literally her best team. Wait, what? Why is... Oh. Okay, I'm not actually fighting this boss yet. Because I don't have any resin. Okay. Then I have to mark Kachina as done. Delete that. And then add in Amber. Uh, 60, 59. Take her to 70. And add in Ningguang. $50 out of 50. Gave up on IT already? No, I just don't have enough characters. I'm still waiting for my resin so I can farm and raise 2 more characters. Hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, that you, Miko? Nice, welcome back, man. Literally have everyone except for Citlali. Yeah, and that is the problem with this set of banners. Is so getting Citlali is kind of okay. With right, getting Citlali is kind of okay because in the case that you cannot get Mavuika too, it means that at the very least Citlali, you can use Citlali with Arlecchino, maybe even Diluc. But if you get Mavuika without Citlali, Mavuika's still pretty good in non-melt teams, right? She's still pretty good. But the problem is in vape teams, there are the number of vape teams that she is usable in are so limited because she does charged attacks, right? Instead of normal attacks. Most of the on-field vapors that we have, Diluc, Hu Tao, Arlecchino, they do normal attacks, which allow them to be playable with Xingqiu and Yelan, right? And like being playable with Xingqiu and Yelan makes it so that okay, you have no other problem to think of. Now all you got to think of is reducing enemy resistance, aka with VV or Zelonin or whatever, or shielding or healing, right? That's all you got to think about now because your vape is being able to vape is essentially solved by Xingqiu and Yelan. But because Mavuika doesn't really work with them, and now you're stuck with only Farina. Nothing wrong with Farina. Problem with Farina is her Hydra application is a little inconsistent because of the way her summons attack. I just went off to fry some eggs. Is it lunchtime where you are, Mr. J? Or breakfast time? I failed in getting Citlali on my main account. I got Chichified, no Zelonin too. Dude, you missed Zelonin and Citlali? If you have Mavuika with no Zelonin and no Zelonin, no Citlali, man, that really sucks. Uh, because Zelonin herself is a really good support, but not for that reason. Zelonin is sort of replaceable, by someone like Sucrose or someone like Kazuha, but it's mainly because she is the Red Shredder, and on top of being the Red Shredder, she's a healer, and she's a second Natlan character, and because of how Mavuika's burst works, having a second or even a third Natlan character is a really good thing to have. Okay, yeah, I can't believe it. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I got an achievement. I can't believe I'm gonna have to raise Amber and Ningguang. I haven't had to raise characters like that in ages. Not that bad though. I got Citlali on my sub account, but my current team does kind of better somehow. Yeah, Citlali I think is a little weird though. Like, cause like if Citlali shredded Cryo, Cryo and Hydro instead of Pyro and Hydro, I think Citlali would have been a buff to freeze teams, at least the current lineup of freeze teams. But instead, she doesn't do anything for Cryo at all, despite being a Cryo character. And I thought that was kind of weird. But the nice thing about it is she is sort of an additional lineup to the current lineup of characters that we have available for forward melt teams, which, you know, we currently don't have a lot of. You know the new 4-star character Lan Yan coming in the next banner? Is she a support? From what I heard, she's gonna be a support. I don't look up leaks myself. I just know stuff from what people talk about, just rumors here and there. But I don't actively look up leaks and stuff, so I don't know. All I know is I hear people say she's a support, she's a shielder. That's it. Don't listen to the haters. Mavuika doesn't need anyone to achieve her max potential. Well, if you're saying her max potential, then she does need someone to reach her max potential. But to be a strong carry, she doesn't need the specific character. Well, she needs some characters, like that being Farina specifically. But even without Farina, you can still make do with someone like Mona or even Kokomi to a certain extent. And I guess you could always run her with Xingqiu and Yelan, but you'd be doing normal attacks mostly and weaving in a charged attack here and there. But like for max potential, no, I wouldn't go that far. Been riding her bike. That's the sole reason I got her. The bike. Exploration though, it really is satisfying. Exploration with her is really satisfying because before Mavuika, so if you had someone like Molani or Zelonin, Molani, Zelonin, Kinich, Chaska, right? Like the previous, the earlier Natlan characters. So they each had their own sort of exploration thing, like for Natlan. And if you wanted to have access to each of it, you had to have all of them on your team. Whereas with Mavuika, you just needed one. Just needed one. Or now, or if other than just needing one, you could have more than one. You could have access to all of them, sort of times 2, if you had all the characters. And you could just keep swapping, especially with Auron, you could just keep swapping between some of them, and like, man, it's awesome. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it, so like I can't tell you how good it is. But like I see people use it, and I'm just, I don't know if I would say jealous, but I just feel like the lazy part of me is like thinking, man, I wish I had that toy. Doing the flying bike alternately, where landing goes further than dashing only. Oh, you mean like this? I don't know how to do it. I think I'm doing it. Oh well. Oops. I think I'm doing it right. Okay, I'm gonna see if the number of characters I've farmed for on the third account is enough to get me into visionary mode in Imaginarium Theater. Okay, so who was I planning to raise here? Kachina and Yanfei. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure those aren't part of the lineup. Kachina and Yanfei. Okay, there you are.
ほれじゃんうんうんうん守るべし律に従っ
Oh, nope.
よいしょっと
Need 12 of those. Well, oh, those things.
よいしょっとほれじゃん
メリュジームはフォンテーヌが誇る美しき生命体だ。彼女らとは良い関係を築くといい。決して傷つけたりしないように。
帝が燃やされ、よいしょっと。ほれ。じゃん。よいしょっと。
世の中にこんな場所があったなんて。あれない地元の人気や競合に影響してしまう。
水の味は実に幽怨な趣を持つ。モンドの水は清く澄んでいて、リーユへの水
世の中にこんな場所があったなんて。
じゃあ西に行けば絶対にあったりしないよな。
声が大きいと競合に影響してしまう。
Alright, that's going to be it for today, guys. If any of you need any help building your accounts or characters or making a decision which marriage to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in YouTube chat. You can ping me over there if you want my personal opinion. My name is Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, everyone.